of all the singers, Sarah Vaughan is every singer's favorite singer, or else they just don't know. And I was just so happy to meet her, and it was the ultimate compliment and the ultimate moment when she invited me into her vocal booth and closed the door behind her, so I got to hear Sarah sing a cappella with her headphones on. And she made me bouillabaisse and requested me to do her album cover. In those days, there were no stylists or makeup artists for jazz artists. It was kind of not fair. There were budgets for rock and roll, but not for jazz back in that day. And Sarah had, you know, she was a big woman. She wasn't petite, and it was easy to take an unflattering picture of her, let's put it that way. So I thought about what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do an homage, if you will, to the Black Gamma campaign that Peter Rogers had done, the brilliant Peter Rogers, What Becomes a Legend Most. And all of these women, legends, would have their fur coats and be hugging themselves in the fur coat. So I had that story in my mind to do that. And the day came, and it was the most exciting day. And I asked that she bring her coat and her gowns and everything. And she apparently was terrified of having her picture taken, maybe because she had so many bad pictures taken. And I went downstairs, and she got out of the limousine shaking her head, no. I don't feel well. I'm really sick. Let me go home. And she hadn't even come into the building. So I said, just come upstairs for a minute. She came in the door and really, like a scared cat, said, bring me a chair, because she didn't want to go further than right inside the door. So she sat there and she peeked around and saw all the lights and got even more scared. And she said, oh, please, please, I'll come back tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow. And her manager's on the phone saying, is she there? Don't let her leave. She'll never come back. And then out of nowhere, she said, do you like chili? And I said, chili as in chili? And she said, yeah. She said, Sarah had a great, like a little girl's speaking voice. You know, she said, I'll come back and cook chili for you tomorrow. Let's make a shopping list. So my set assistant, you know, chopped meat, onions, whatever it was that was on the list. And I thought, oh, she's tricking herself into coming back to cook for me, whatever. So I said, okay, under one condition, you have to leave your mink coat here. And she said, no problem, no problem. So I took the coat, I put it in the back, walked her downstairs, and her driver, who was, her driver back then was equivalent to people's kind of advanced people and bodyguards now. You know, she knew how to protect herself. And he said, where's the coat? And I said, the coat's staying here. And he didn't like that. And I said, the coat's staying here. And then the manager called me about 10 minutes later. And he said, listen, if you want to leave the house tonight, you just call me and I'll send a couple of my nephews over to watch the house. So everybody was worried about the coat. And she did come back right on time, singing, making her chili in my kitchen, saying, are you stirring that chili? While she was having her makeup put on. And it's a picture I'm really proud of.